Oh my God, I literally cannot believe what I'm about to tell you. My hands are trembling right now, my heart's pounding out of my chest, and I swear to you, what I'm about to reveal is the kind of secret that could shake the entire NFL to its core. This isn't just a rumor, this isn't just wishful thinking. This is happening right now, behind the scenes, and the moment you hear it, your jaw is going to drop. You're about to witness a revelation so mind-blowingly insane that it could redefine everything we thought we knew about the NFL in 2026. And trust me when I say, there's still a bigger secret lurking beneath this entire story. Buckle up, because what I'm about to spill could be the biggest shakeup in NFL history. A trade scenario so unprecedented, so monumental, that it might just send shockwaves through every NFL fanbase from Miami to Pittsburgh, from Green Bay to LA. Get ready, because this is the kind of news that makes your stomach turn with excitement, that leaves you questioning everything, and that might just rewrite the future of the Pittsburgh Steelers and the entire league. But first, if you want the full story, if you want to be the first to hear every exclusive detail, if you want to be the absolute inside man on this secret deal, you need to hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and activate the bell right now. Because only the true insiders, the fans who demand the truth, only you will get the full, unfiltered scoop. This isn't for casuals, this is for those who live for the thrill, for the drama, for the power of the NFL at its most explosive. If you're with me, if you're ready to dive deep into the most incredible scenario ever imagined, then hold tight, because what I'm about to say will blow your mind. This is the kind of story you'll tell your grandkids, a legend in the making, a story for the ages. And it all begins with a secret meeting, a clandestine handshake, and a plan so bold, so outrageous, that only the most die-hard fans will believe it's happening right now. Imagine this: Tua Tagovailoa, yes, the Miami Dolphins' star quarterback, the guy who led the league in passing yards in 2023, the NFL's most precise passer when healthy, the guy who fans have cheered, booed, doubted, and loved. This Tua, who's been through injuries, setbacks, and a roller coaster of ups and downs, is in the middle of a clandestine meeting. Not just any meeting, a secret, high-stakes negotiation with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why? That's the question everyone's asking. Why would a quarterback like Tua, with his $212 million contract, his star power, and his undeniable talent, be traded to one of the most historic franchises in NFL history? The answer: because behind closed doors, something even more shocking is happening. The Steelers, fresh off a coaching change with Mike McCarthy, are going all in. They're about to make a move so bold, so unprecedented, that it will shake the NFL to its core. And that move involves Tua Tagovailoa. Now I know what you're thinking. No way. Tua's injury history, his struggles in 2025, the Dolphins, cap hell, this can't happen. But listen carefully, because here's where the conspiracy thickens. The new Dolphins regime, led by GM John Eric Sullivan, is looking to clean house. They're facing a colossal $56.4 million dead cap hit in 2026 if they cut Tua before June 1. That's not just a number, that's a glaring warning sign that the Dolphins are preparing to move on. And who's waiting in the shadows? The Steelers. Yes, the Steelers, the franchise that's been craving a legitimate superstar quarterback for years. The team that has a defense dripping with talent, a storied history, and a fan base starving for a Super Bowl. They're ready to turn the page, to take that final leap and the key to unlocking their future. A trade for Tua Tagovailoa, and it gets even crazier. Picture this: the Steelers, under new head coach Mike McCarthy, who just arrived from Dallas and is desperate to make his mark, sitting in front of the league's biggest trade negotiations. They've been secretly eyeing quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers, but let's be honest, the financial dead money, the cap complications, and the fact that Rodgers is potentially retiring or exploring options makes that a risky game. But Tua fits. He's young, talented, and despite the recent setbacks, still an elite passer when healthy. And the Steelers, they're tired of mediocrity, of competing just for the playoffs. They want domination. They want to end the drought. They want a franchise quarterback who can elevate the entire team, ignite the offense, and give their fans hope again. Imagine the scene: the Steelers, front office behind closed doors, whispering about the possibility of landing Tua not just as a stopgap, but as the cornerstone of their new dynasty. Think about the logistics: Pittsburgh's draft picks, their young offensive linemen, maybe even a star defender or two heading to Miami in exchange. It's a massive deal, a blockbuster, a game changer. And I have exclusive intel that suggests this deal is already in motion. The Miami Dolphins, facing the reality of a rebuild and their colossal cap hit, are quietly making moves. They're not just trying to dump Tua to save face, they're negotiating a masterstroke, a trade that could bring a new era of Steelers football. Now let's get into the details of what this means for the league. Tua Tagovailoa in Pittsburgh. It's not just about replacing Kenny Pickett or adding a talented arm. It's about flipping the entire division, re-establishing dominance. Imagine Tua in that classic Steelers uniform, the black and gold shining under Heinz Field lights. Fans are going wild imagining him in the pocket, threading needles, connecting with star receivers like George Pickens and Deontay Johnson. Picture that electric atmosphere as he leads the Steelers deep into the playoffs, his leadership sparking a fire in the locker room. You think the Ravens or Bengals are prepared for that level of firepower? Not a chance. Because Tua's precision, his quick release, his ability to dissect defenses, that's what Pittsburgh needs to finally break through and claim the AFC North once again. But it's not just about skill, it's about the emotional connection. Tua Tagovailoa is a fighter. He's battled back from injuries, from doubters, from setbacks. He's shown grit, resilience, and a desire to win. That's exactly what the Steelers have been missing, a leader who can inspire the team, rally the fans, and etch his name into Steelers lore. And imagine what this could do to the locker room, the energy, the confidence, the belief that they're about to seize their destiny. Could you genuinely think of a better storyline? Tua, the underdog, stepping into a legendary franchise ready to carve out his legacy. That's the stuff of legends, my friends. Deep down, I know the NFL is watching. The league's biggest power brokers are eyeing this move. Rumors swirl about secret meetings between Miami's new regime and Pittsburgh's front office. The whispers say that this isn't just a deal about player exchanges. It's about the future of the NFL's power structure. The Steelers, under McCarthy's offensive genius, could become the team that finally takes down the reigning champions, the Chiefs, or even the Bills. Tua's arrival would send shockwaves through the league, making every team rethink their strategy, their quarterback plans, their entire outlook. Pittsburgh would go from a playoff contender to a Super Bowl favorite overnight. And the consequences, you want to hear what they are. Imagine the ripple effect across the NFL landscape. Other teams will scramble, trade rumors will explode, and suddenly, every quarterback on the market looks different, because the Steelers, under this new plan, are playing for keeps. They're going all in, betting everything on a future where Tua's arm, his vision, and his leadership elevate them to the throne. And the media. They're already talking about how this could be the deal of the decade, how Pittsburgh is making a statement. And trust me, when this news breaks, it will be headlines everywhere. Now let's go even deeper. What if I told you that behind the scenes, there's a genius in the shadows, a secret architect of this entire plan? A mastermind with billion-dollar projections, a legendary NFL insider with access to dossiers, hidden conversations, and inside info that would blow your mind. They're calling him the strategist, and they say he's the real power behind this move. His projections show that with Tua at QB, the Steelers could control the AFC for the next decade, rivaling the Patriots of the 2000s or the Chiefs of today. His numbers. They're staggering, combined with Pittsburgh's defense, their young weapons, and McCarthy's offensive firepower. The future looks like a dynasty in the making. And what about Tua himself? Imagine the emotional weight, a guy who's been doubted, injured, overlooked. Now he's on the brink of rewriting history. The Steelers fans, they'd embrace him as a hero. The locker room, they'd rally around his grit, his talent, his drive. Tua's story is the story of overcoming adversity, of defying the odds, of proving everyone wrong. And when he finally lifts that Lombardi, because mark my words, this could be the start of a Steelers resurgence. History will remember him not just as a quarterback, but as a legend who seized his destiny. And as this story unfolds, the league's greatest minds are watching. Rumors swirl about secret meetings, off-record negotiations, clandestine deals that could change everything. Pittsburgh, a city hungry for a new chapter, is now on the verge of a QB revolution. Tua Tagovailoa is their target. And let me tell you, this isn't just about a trade. It's about rewriting the NFL universe itself. Finally, can you see the future? Tua in a Steelers uniform, leading them to glory, silencing critics, and etching his name alongside the legends. Imagine the crowds roaring, social media going into meltdown, and every NFL analyst trying to make sense of what just happened. You know what this means? It means that the Steelers are finally waking up. They're not here to play small. They're here to dominate. They're here to send shockwaves through the league and stake their claim as champions of the future. This is more than a trade, it's a revolution in black and gold. And trust me when I say, this is just the beginning. Because behind every move, every deal, every secret conference in the NFL's darkest corners, there's a bigger story waiting to explode. And if you think you've seen everything, think again. This story isn't over yet. It's only just beginning. And I promise you, the moment this deal goes down, the moment Tua Tagovailoa becomes a Pittsburgh Steeler, the NFL will never be the same again. So stay tuned. Hold your breath, because what's coming, it's history in the making. And I've got the inside scoop that will leave you breathless. The future, it's already being written, and it's black and gold. Get ready, Steelers Nation, the greatest chapter in franchise history is about to unfold, and you are right in the middle of it.